Money Pot about to start.
I know, I'm coming, man.
Yeah, grab your notepad, man, for real.
Fuck it, man, come on.
Yeah, man, they be spitting shit, man.
True.
I like that last part.
Money Pot, money talk.
And cut the music. It's not the Money Pot show. It's Money Pot presenting Agreeing to Disagree with Tom Arnone, episode 3. Tom is down 0-2. He needs to get back. He needs a win today, and we don't have much energy this morning. I picked up something to drink. I had a beer can still down here, man. I need to get with it, bro. What's going on, Tom? How you, man?
I'm good. Is that what you picked up?
I picked up a beer can. I went to go pick up my water and picked up a beer can. I was like, oh, shit. We need to get it together this morning.
Bite the dog that bit you. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Bite the dog that bit you. Nah, I'm good. I'm hoping to get a win. I don't know if I agree with the grade scale, but I'm up against it. I'm down 2-0. I'm gonna need like a LeBron type comeback here in the finals.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, definitely. Because the grade scale I went through, I went to a Catholic school, so a 90 is not an A in my world, right? A 90 is a B. So let's get it together. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. I am your host, like I said. My name is Nate Moss. I host the MoneyPot Podcast. We do shows Friday nights. We do shows on Sunday morning. You see to my guy, to my left or right, Mr. Tom Arnone from A2D Radio. And they do shows every fucking week like it's ESPN. I can't name them all. And we're going to get right into it. This is called Agreeing to Disagree, where we go through quick hits and topics, and we're agreeing to disagree. So we have to play either side. One side one side we have to agree. The other side we have to disagree. If you like us, fuck with the show. We think it has some legs. Damn, I'm cursing too early in the morning. Jesus.
Get it out.
Get it all out. Make sure you hit that subscribe buttons on one of these sides. Make sure you hit that like notification button. Make sure give us some feedback. We're trying to grow this show and see where it can go. All right, Tommy. We got the first subject. Let's go. Re-sign Harbaugh for 4 years. What side are you taking? Agreeing or disagreeing with that?
Might be the easiest disagree of all time, right? I mean, I think there's some easy ones.
I know you're gonna take that shit.
This one's too easy. This is a guy who I think is a good leader of men. I mean, he showed that at the NFL level, right? College is a different breed, right? You got to be able to recruit, and you got to be able to recruit at a high level. And I think he's done a good job recruiting for the most part, but offensively, he can't recruit. And not even offensively. We're not even talking about recruiting good wide receivers, except talking about the position you played, which is quarterback. You can't recruit a quarterback over your tenure there. Who was it? Herman that got fired from Texas after 3 years, I think. Right? I mean, some of these big schools aren't even giving guys that full 4 years to try to rebuild a program. This guy's had 4 years. They're giving him another 4. I completely disagree. I don't know how he wasn't fired last year, honestly. And I thought this year was a year too long. But it's mind-boggling that this guy can't find a quarterback, and he's at a gigantic program like Michigan, and he's a quarterback. He's an NFL quarterback. Usually, them guys can come into colleges and recruit guys extremely easy because they played at a pro level. Where kids are now like, okay, I trust this guy to get me to the next level, right? That's what a lot of this comes down to for kids going inside what college are going to. Can you get me to the pros? Like, that's why Nick Saban every year recruiting, because everybody knows, hey, 7 or 8 of you guys are going to go on the first day or two. So it makes it easier to go into somebody's living room and say, hey, I'm going to get you to the next level. I'm going to get you paid, whatever. A terrible job at it in Michigan, and I can't believe he gets another 4 years.
Strong argument. I like it. But you know what? When we look back, and I'm going to agree with this move here, because we're looking at stability. Okay, we understand that the body of work does not look good. But you talk about quarterbacks. Let's talk about quarterbacks. When has fucking Michigan had a great fucking quarterback? Right? When's the last time Michigan had a really good quarterback? Can we, and I'm not talking about quarterback that, it's hard to say because we want a quarterback that, goes to the pros and we can see how the transition goes from, we see he was good in college and he was good in pros. But the last one I can think of, and I'm digging deep here, the only one I can think of is Chad Henne. That's the only one
And
I can think of that pops in my head was Chad Henne as a Michigan quarterback. Michigan is known for defense. Okay, Michigan's always
yeah,
been known for defense. Okay, they're obviously in a Big Ten division with Ohio State, but we need to get back to playing defense. This defense was absolutely trash. I understand Harbaugh is a quarterbacks guy, a quarterback guru, and he hasn't been able to land that superstar quarterback. Why? Because they're all going to fucking Ohio State. That's why. So we're going to need to go back to the bases. Stick with the guy that you know. Stick with what is it? Go Blue, Big Blue, or whatever the hell it's called. We're going to stick with the guy we know, man, and we're going to go and bring back this defense of what Michigan football was about, and then we'll be okay. Give him the 4 years, man. He'll be all right. Oh man, a little rusty. That was the easiest call of all time. Next one. I like this one, man. With the new guys coming up. Should we agree to disagree here? Should we be calling LaMelo Mello?
absolutely not. I gotta disagree again. I mean, I feel like I'm waking up negative today. Like I'm waking up negative. I like
got me
Melo.
positive energy from you, man.
Listen. I like the kid. He's already shown he's got a skill set that already translates to this league, and he's a puppy. You know, I mean, he's a baby. I like his game. I like dish first guys. I like unselfish guys. It looks like he's all that right now. Obviously, looks like he's better than his brother, but no disrespect to Lonzo. But I mean, come on, man. There's one Melo, and I'm not Mr. Carmelo. But I mean, you're talking about a national champion. You're talking about one of the best scorers that I've watched growing up watching basketball. So I mean,
Right.
I know Melo doesn't have a ring, and I know he's missing some of them things. But you're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer, hands down,
Absolutely.
easy. Guy's still playing. Guy's still getting buckets after all this time.
Mm-hmm.
So disagree. Like what? Like come up with something new. We can come up with a million. We can come up with a million nicknames for people, and we can't call Melo Mello. We can't. We gotta figure that out. We gotta come up with something
Right.
new. LeVar's
Right.
smart enough. Come on, LeVar. You told us that all your kids are gonna be playing in the NBA. We'll come up with a nickname for LaMelo then. Come on. So I disagree.
All right. I knew you was gonna take that fucking side. That's the easy side. All right, making me work this morning, man. I ain't had no coffee. All right, so we're gonna agree with this. You wanna know why we're gonna agree with this? Because everything's always a copy, right? We always copy from what we see in the past. We always copy the greats and the olds, and this new generation is going to call him Mello. It just sounds better, right? Mello, right? It just sounds better, Mello. We like just saying love Mello. It sounds like a girl or something. You know what I mean? Like it's Mello. You know, he's always been called Mello. That's his nickname. That's how he introduced himself. So you know, we had Superman right after you know, Shaq with the Dwight Howard. You know what I mean? Even though Shaq, but you know, it's only the one. I'm the one Superman. You know, so you know he does that every once in a while. But we always have a copy of what we've seen before, whether it be a nickname, whether it be damn, where'd you go, Tom? Tom, you still there? Oh no, internet. Yeah, right. The guy. Yeah, shout out to Patrick, the Godfather. So we've already see these names come back again and again. Nicknames come back again and again, and you know, Mello is no different from Lamelo. So for all y'all who just joining, make sure you hit that like button or hit that subscribe button. What we're calling this episode is agreeing to disagree. For anybody that's new out there, this is a new show that MoneyPot Podcast is presenting. I am Moss. We obviously, you know, Tom Arnone, and it looks like we just lost time on the internet, but it's cool though, because this is what we're gonna do, y'all. We're gonna still make it work until Tom gets back with us. It looks like he lost his internet, so we're gonna go with this one. So I'm gonna agree to disagree with y'all out there. So help me out as Tom gets his drone back together. So right now, the next topic is Goddard better than Ertz? Do you guys agree or disagree with that? Let me know in the chat, and I'll post I'll post your response. So I'm going to agree, which is crazy, right? Ertz is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, tight end in Eagles history, right? But Goddard has a peak right there. right? Goddard can still. I think Goddard has a higher ceiling. We see where Ertz's ceiling is, right? And Ertz is just a yak guy. Oh, here's Tommy. Tommy, where'd you go, bro?
Man,
You back?
Man, I start going out to this studio to start doing shows now. My internet was connected to the house internet, and I'm like, well, I look a little fuzzy. Let me see if I can clean myself up. And I figured, I'll just click the button. It'll be fine. I still got 5G. No, I'm out. I'm back.
Comcast.
Yep.
All right, bro. So we were just going to chat with the fans out there, but let me know next one, and we'll bring it back because I can go either way. Goddard is better than Ertz. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree?
Hasn't. Yeah.
Yo, that's 3 for 3. You are a negative motherfucking person this morning, bro.
I don't know what it is. He's not better than Ertz till he puts up a full season. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he looks better. He looks like, obviously he blocks better. He's more physical. You know, some of them things, absolutely. But in terms of route running, in terms of the production Zach Ertz has had over his career, he's not even close to him yet. Now, let me see how he does with no Ertz. But right now, I mean, I can't compare him to Ertz or say that he's better or just even as good as Ertz right now. I mean, Ertz has had a Pro Bowl career. He's had a heck of a career. And right now, I know we crush him like Pat's saying, you know, no yak. I mean, Zach Ertz gets me mad often, which is contacted down. But I can't crush a guy who always gets open. Now this year he didn't get open, but I can't crush a guy who always got open and just assume that a guy that because I like Dallas Goedert that he's better than him right now.
So, like I said, I will agree that Goddard is better than Ertz at this point. We saw the progression of Ertz goes up, and then we saw that obviously that big boom year. He had a couple good years after that, but for me, Goddard gets in the end zone. He's a big. Now I don't want to say he's a huge end zone target, but he finds his way to the end zone. You know, Ertz might have a lot of yards, but he doesn't. You know, get scored too much. I'm trying to think who it was. It was it might have been Dion. It might have been Dion said that I don't care if you have 10 catches and 200 and something yards receiving on me. As long as I keep you out the zone, I did my motherfucking job. And they can't keep Goddard out the zone. I don't think this offense falls off from a not just from an X and O standpoint, but from a production standpoint. I don't think this falls off too much. As you can see, we know that they're somewhat interchangeable when they're in and on and off the field. Maybe a little bit more crisper routes running from Ertz, but I think you're going to see a big year from Dallas Goedert. Ertz is not here next year. All right, let's go. Oh, okay. Here we go. We go with the draft this one. Huh?
I can't argue with you on that one. You know, even though I disagree. I still believe in Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, I think right now. Let the people decide. Let us tell us, man. I think you're up 2-1 right now. I think you're up 2-1. Well, but we coming back right here. We're gonna come back right with this one. You agree to disagree? Cornerback in the draft has a higher need than receiver.
Agree.
Oh.
Agree. I never thought I would say this, but I don't know if we talked about it or I said it this week. I don't remember, but you know, everybody wants to fight fire with fire, right? Well, you know, why don't we fight some fire with some water, right? Why don't we try that, right? And we already have one corner that we believe is a top 10 guy in the league, right? Or around there. I mean, people have them a little bit different, but we can say, hey, top 10, 12 guy in football, right? Well, if I go get another guy that can play on an island and can play at a high level, that's a no-brainer, right? That makes my entire defense better. That makes my football team better, right? So Patrick Surtain is that guy that comes to mind for me. And I've never seen, and I feel like you watch a lot of college football. I watch a lot of college football. A lot of people out there listen and watch a lot of college football.
Yes,
I've never seen a college cornerback not attacked by the number 4 team in the country, even though I don't think they're 4, but I've never seen a corner not attacked. That was something new to me. You see it in the NFL. You don't see it in college football, especially when a team's down 20 points. You know, they target them one time. That shows to me the respect that Patrick Surtain already has as being that corner that I would take. And I think it's a no-brainer. I think island guys don't grow on trees. Guys of his ability don't grow on trees, his size. And the bigger thing is not just pedigree. Like, I'm a big believer in pedigree talk, but I'm even a bigger believer in pedigree when daddy played the same position, right? Like Ed McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey, different positions. But what does Christian do really well? He don't stop catching the football. I mean, that's the thing. Got it from Eddie. So Patrick Surtain, if there's one thing I would assume, that he could do well would play corner. I mean, Nate, he probably had the cones out doing the back pedal drills when he was 2. So I mean, he was built for this moment. So I'll agree that for that circumstance, I'll say corner.
Difficult response here, but I'm going to disagree. I think receiver is probably the biggest need. We still don't have a receiver, right? We still, even though Jalen Reagor had a bad deal, got hurt, but we don't know what he is just of yet. We've seen flashes, but we've seen flashes of vertical threat. We haven't seen flashes of route running. We haven't seen flashes of. He's going up with contested catches, but he hasn't catch shit. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't come down with not one. He's over in contested catches right now. So there's that. Obviously, JJ's still around. I don't know how the hell he's on the team. Who else do we have? Jeffrey's gone. Even though Jeffrey looks like he's born again with Hurts in the back, smiling and giving high fucking fives. So who knows what that deal is? Is Jackson going to be here next year? I think he still has another year on his deal. I don't know, but he's at the tail end of his twilight career, and he gets hurt. We still don't have a receiver. Okay, some of the young guys, Quiz Watkins looks okay. I forget the other guy's name off the top of my head. I'm going deep into the depth chart right here. But I'm going to the 6th and 7th receiver, and we still haven't – we talked about this all the time. There's no fucking stars on this offense. There's no really firepower on this offense. And people are giving a lot of credit to Miles Sanders. Yeah, come on. Go ahead. Make sure you put your pretty hand in there. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Come on. Oh, damn. I had a nice little assistant bring me a coffee, man. She heard me struggling down here. She's like, this man needs some coffee. But it's receiver, without a doubt. And not even that. We have top 2 tier, not just good receivers, not just great fucking receivers, fucking stallions. We have fucking stallions at the top that's going to be there. I thought Smith, not Smith, what's his name? Who just won a Heisman? Is it Smith?
Yeah, Smith.
Yeah, Smith. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Smith is going to be there. He probably might go at 3 to Miami, but he solidified himself as the best receiver that we've seen in a long time in this draft. He won the fucking Heisman, 20 touchdowns, 1,700 yards. And people forget he was on that Alabama team with Judy, with Ruggs, and he was still fucking balling out. And then we have Chase at LSU. So, Howie, don't fuck it up. All right? Next.
Nate, you're right though. I mean, it's hard to mess up in this spot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No matter which way you decide to go, it's hard to mess up. You're gonna have 3 or 4 guys that are gonna be impact guys right away for you at 6.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go. Next one. I think this is a good one too. Are you agreeing or disagreeing with this? Rodgers is your MVP this year.
Oh, Rodgers is my MVP this year. Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
He's switching up on me, man.
Part of me feels like it's Josh Allen, and I know that's not like a reach to say that. Part of me feels like it's Josh Allen, but what? A couple of things. First off, what I seen Aaron Rodgers do last night, and I don't promote I'm not a big barstool junkie per se, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I watch this guy go donate $500,000 to help small businesses, right? He didn't have to do it. I don't see other players jumping on board for this. More will now, but it just goes to show you that guy's a high character guy. And I know he gets a lot of crap from the national media and local media is that he's a bad guy and he's not a nice guy. Well, sometimes winners aren't the best guys either, right? They're not the nicest guys that you want to be around, but they care about one thing, and that's winning, right?
Right.
We saw here, hey, you draft a quarterback here And maybe our quarterback's butthole got a little tight. I don't
Right.
know. I don't know.
Right.
I'm not him. But I'm looking at another guy over in Green Bay. Granted, he's been around a lot longer and has had way more success. But I watched the guy say, hold my beer. I mean, Love might be great, but he's going to be sitting here for 4 years. So I hope you guys are happy with the pick you made because I'm not going anywhere. And to me, to have that kind of year, even though he has great years every year, we can't overlook at his age right now and the things he's able to do. It's just unbelievable. And everybody's always talked about him being the most talented quarterback in the league. It's a no-brainer him being MVP. And I love what Josh Allen's done, and I like what Mahomes has done. But Aaron Rodgers is like a resurgence this year, and I just grew more respect for the guy because a lot of guys can woe is me and pout it. Other guys can say, you know what? Let's strap the helmet on a little tighter. Let's go to work, and that's what he did.
Good argument. But I'm gonna go. Who would you say, man? I'm going with my guy Josh Allen, man. This guy. First of all, let's remember what his 40-yard dash looked like. Okay, what his little arms. Why? Yeah, did you see? I wish I had the video. I should have prepped for the video. This is coming off the top of the dome, so I wish I would have prepped for the video. But if y'all Google Josh Allen's 40-yard dash, oh my God. That is, it looked like a fairy running. Like his hand is just like this. But I'm going with Josh Allen, man. Nobody gave that guy any type of chance out there in Buffalo. We know what Rodgers can do, but Rodgers' schedule was soft. Look, I'm looking at his schedule. I mean, they beat up on the Saints. That's a good team. They lost to the Bucks. But if you look at this schedule after that, I mean, it's the Vikings, the Texans, the Jags, the Bears, the Eagles, Detroit, the Panthers, Chicago again. Like there's no big win here outside of the Saints, which was in week 3. But if we go to Buffalo schedule, Buffalo had a lot tougher schedule, right? We had the Rams, the Raiders started off hot. The Texans are good. The Chiefs are good. Seattle. Who else we got? The Steelers.
Yep.
And then at the end of the game, what I love, at the end of the last game of the year, when they could have sat everybody down, they knew where they are. What did they do? They put their fucking foot on their throats and beat the bullshit out of the Dolphins by 30 fucking points.
True.
Josh Allen had an amazing year. Without Josh Allen on the Buffalo Bills, and you can pretty much say this about, Green Bay, but particularly without Josh Allen on that team, the Bills might be 3-13.
Oh, completely agree.
It would be ridiculous. I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, but I think when we talk, and people forget Aaron Rodgers done so well. People forget that Green Bay did draft Jordan Love. That's sitting in the back, so they do have somewhat of competent talent quarterback behind Rodgers. They don't got that shit in Buffalo.
No, who they got? Matt Barkley.
Something like Barkley. Yeah, right. Barkley.
Chips guy.
I'm going with Josh Allen, man. I think he's getting robbed if he doesn't get it.
Yeah, I agree with you. How many? I mean, you said the Bills would win 3 games without Josh Allen.
It might be less than that.
What would the Packers win? 1 without Rodgers?
I don't know. I think with that schedule, I don't know. That schedule was terrible. That schedule was soft. That was soft. No wonder he threw for fucking 50 touchdowns almost. All right, next. Oh, this is a nice one. Going with the Eagles, man. Carson, you agree or disagree? Carson Wentz is your 2021 starting quarterback.
I completely agree.
You pretty agree?
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I don't even think it's close. I don't even think there's a chance in hell of him getting dealt. And I'll tell everybody why. One, I already made it clear on A2D. I got.
So you said this probably 100 million times already.
I've already got backed into a corner on this one, and there might be a tattoo of Carson Wentz coming if he does get traded.
Yeah, is that what we're talking about over in A2D radio?
That's what happened. I got caught, and I said, well, you know what? I guarantee he's not going anywhere. So whatever you want me to get, I'll get. And somebody said a tattoo, and I said, all right, then consider it a done deal. What would you leaving this tattoo?
Let me ask you this: do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was like, your first tattoo?
He's my first one, Carson.
Carson Wentz. All right, go ahead.
He nobody writes checks back to people, right? Like
No, yeah, no, he's
like
not writing
anybody,
$20 million check. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
anybody who's got a significant other at home, I'm gonna tell you how this works. If I went into my wife and I said, hey, I can get out of here, we can go live in Indianapolis, right? But all it's gonna take, because it's a beautiful place, so all it's gonna take is us writing a check for 25, and we get to get out of Philadelphia. And she's gonna say, what? What are you talking about? Write a check for $25 million. We're not writing checks to anybody because you're not guaranteed to get that money back. People think, oh, well, I'll write a $25 million check to the Eagles, but then I'll go redo my deal in Indy and I'll get that money back. What? It's not how it works. Then you're saying Indy's gonna overpay for him, a guy who's had a down year, and then give you assets on top of it, and cap strung themselves too with it. Anybody who takes this deal on is putting themselves. It's taking on a $32 million cap hit, and nobody wants to understand that. So not only is the team taking on a cap hit, the Eagles got to take on a dead cap hit, which he can't get back unless he writes a check, which he's not going to do. And where's he going? His value isn't high right now. You're not getting back what his value could be. So what are you going to get back? A second rounder for Carson Wentz, and you're going to make that deal?
Which is I don't understand why people would trade that. It's so bad. It's so bad. He's a franchise.
I agree. I just don't know how. Nate, if they weren't $62 million or $52 million or whatever the hell they were coming in the offseason over the cap, I would say yes, there's a chance of him getting traded because they'll be willing to eat the $32 million. But the fact that they're already over $60 million, then you add another $30 million, we're going to be playing with me. Me and you are going to have to suit up again. That's what we're going to come down to.
I'm a suit now, man. I can't trap it up no more. I'm a fucking suit now. No, I wish we could agree on this one, but yeah, you're pretty much spot on. But since that's not the point of the show, I'm going to disagree. There's no way we can break this broken player. He's going to have to sit another year. He's going to have to chalk it up. He comes every day. He hears it in the news. He knows everybody's talking about him. He sees the fucking statue. He looks at the ring and knows that it's really not his. He hears everybody in the city. We're all on the Hurts train. Well, I'm not on the Hurts train, but everybody's on the goddamn Hurts train. And, Hurts won this city over, and people don't even notice how bad he played down the stretch there, those last two games. People don't even talk about how bad he played. He stares down his receivers. But he is the future. We picked him in the second round for a fucking reason. Howie must have saw something, or Dougie must have saw something that made them think that this was the right move. I tried to make sense of it, right? I tried to really make sense of it. I thought because of the extra game coming in a couple years, the extra playoff game that they're adding, and it's just going to be more games. So really, NFL teams might be having to go to maybe a quote-unquote quarterback system, because it could be a stretch if you have an early bye week, maybe in like week 5 or week 6. Then after that, it's a long fucking stretch to the Super Bowl, right? So I thought I was trying to make sense of it when they drafted Jalen Hurts. But of course they're going to go with Jalen Hurts, man. They made the switch last year. It's going to be an open competition, and this offense got behind Jalen Hurts. We all saw it. And I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think Carson Wentz was trying to really outsmart himself. He lost trust. And once you, like you said, you're talking about your significant other. Once you lose trust, it's over.
And those reports aren't lies. So we had that conversation. So they're not lies. That's real life. So we'll see if he's willing to write a check if his feelings are hurt that bad. We're going to find out.
All right, next one. Ohio State will beat Bama. Ugh. I'll let you go. I'll let you go first.
You sure? You sure on this one?
Yeah, because I'll let you take the easy route.
I mean, I can go either way and make an argument, I guess, but no shot. No shot. No shot.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. The best team in the country, the best recruiter in the country, the best coach in the country. I've never seen so many 5-star athletes just all over the field. The speed, I don't care. Like, people can tell me Clemson speed's one thing. That's cute. All right.
Right.
You're going to see Bama speed, and Bama speed's a different animal. And listen, Ohio State, tremendous job beating Clemson. A lot of people didn't even have beaten Clemson, right? So,
Yep.
to be able to win that one, that's a win for Ohio State. That's a win for that program. Okay, so you're looking at it like that and giving credit to Ohio State, that's a big win for that program because a lot of people think their speed can't even hang with ACC teams, right? So you see that it can. They do have enough dynamic players. Fields is a really good college quarterback. But, man, I mean, this Bama defense is something else. This offense is just clicking on all cylinders. I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how Ohio State wins this game. Their defense isn't good enough. They really outplayed themselves and their expectations last week against Clemson. That's not how good they are. They haven't been that good all year. But listen, I think when you put bulletin board material in front of people's faces at big time levels like this, guys get pissed off. And guys use it as motivation. If people don't think that stuff's real, bulletin board material is absolutely real. And Dabo Swinney put himself in a corner by taking shots at Ohio State. And that defense that isn't that good right now, like they were in years past, man, did they look better than the defense last year with Chase Young? But they've done good jobs. But I'm going to disagree. They do not beat Bama.
Jeez. Back me in the corner here, man. I don't know how I defend fucking Ohio State beating Bama. Of course, they don't got no fucking shot. But who was it? Oh man, what the fuck was his name? From Texas, the Texas quarterback, when he had like the greatest national in the was it the Rose Bowl before the playoff?
Oh yeah, Vince Young, Dream Team.
Vince, who was that against Bama?
That was against USC, which was pretty much Bama.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go that route. Nobody gave Texas a chance. I believe in Justin Fields, even though he's coming in a little bit hurt, a little bit injured. Nobody's giving them shots. The greatest role, and we should know this, everybody out there, as Philadelphia Eagles, the greatest role is the underdog role. Nobody gives you a fucking shot at all. So you come in there, you got nothing to lose. It's the last game of the year. You got this juggernaut in front of you that nobody seems that they can beat and stop. And all you got to do is look around the room. I know this for playing football myself. Look around the room, look at the guys' eyes around you, trust in the guys around you, and just believe that you can win the game. Nobody gave him a shot to beat Clemson. Nobody's going to give him a shot to beat Bama. Justin Fields shows the fuck up again, has a monster game, and single-handedly takes care of Bama. That's all I got. Because I got nothing less. We can't go stats. We can't do nothing outside of that.
Hey,
all right, man.
It's possible.
It's possible. Last one of the day for agreeing to disagree. Shit has been a shit show already, man. You agreeing with 2021 already? Or is this shit a fucking mess already?
Oh, man. Be careful what I say. Be careful what I say. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want to get an account pulled.
Yeah.
So agreeing that 2021 is already a shit show. Is that what?
Yeah, man. We agreeing to disagree with this one.
Yeah, I'll agree that it's already a shit show. We're 5 days in and it already became a shit show. It's sad, but I'm hoping 2021 will get better. I'm not like a great speaker like this, but I mean we need some goddamn unity going on in this country. We need to come together. We need to rally around each other. We're all freaking family. It's a joke that in 2021 our country in 2020 has gotten this divided. It's just not. It's none of us were raised this way. At least the people that I know. So we need to figure out a way to come together because we're in 2020 we're the laughing stock of the world and we're following that up in 2021. So right now 2021's a shit show. But no, I'm gonna disagree because I got a lot of things to look forward to in 2021.
Hey, you can't do that. No, you can't take both sides. You can't do that. You can't do that.
I tried to win at the end.
Shit show. Stand your fucking ground.
I'm standing because
you just gave me the rock. I said everybody get the fuck out the way, and I'm gonna hit you with this mic fadeaway. Okay, here for the game, for the game. Absolutely, you disagree that 2021 is a shit show. It's fucking 5 days in, and you guess what? Just like the stock market, just like all assets or anything else, we got to hit fucking rock bottom before we come right back up. So we got nowhere else to go but up after this. We got nowhere else to go but up. We hit fucking rock bottom. We're all looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? We're pointing fingers here and here, this and that. We have no complete leadership. The future is ours, right? We're the biggest group, the millennial group. Via millennial, make sure you hit that fucking like button if you feel me. We're the biggest group in this country, right? And it's going to be it's ours. The old fucks are leaving sooner or later, hopefully. You know, that's why they're so fucking scared of COVID and want everybody to get tested because it really, knocks them out. And no disrespect for anybody who's lost a loved one. We've lost a couple people close to us who has COVID. I'm just, spitting, a fact. But the future is ours. And just like this show, we're working together to bring something special, right? Bring something special to the people, bring something special to friends and family around us. And it's not a crab in a barrel mentality, right? We're looking better at our brother, whether they're white, black, green, yellow, orange, whatever you fucking call it, and we're extending our hand and we're pulling them up with us and vice versa all fucking day. So you're fucking wrong, Tom. It's not a fucking shit show. We're about to fucking go through the fucking roof and take on this fucking money train and this A2D radio ride, and we're going to the fucking top of the charts, man. Stick with me, man.
I love it. Can I circle back and agree with you?
No, sir. No, sir. You bricked the fucking alley-oop. You had it. It was yours. Now you're down 0-3, man.
Why I'm down 0-3? Why can I not find a line for Ohio State Bama? I've been trying to look at this since we were talking about that game.
It went up. I think it's 7.5 at this point.
All right. I mean that like looking at the line tells me that they're giving Ohio State a chance. They're absolutely giving them a chance. Yeah, I mean
if so, this is what I do for everybody who's on on my show, on my platform, MoneyPot Podcast. We talk about gambling lines and we teach gambling education. So if you like that, if you're into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Either side, hit that like button. It really helps us out. But just to get in a quick handicap of the show, of the game, is that we all said that from on paper, from what it looks like, from the face of it, Fields coming in hurt. Usually there's 2 weeks in between this college football game. So if you think about from the mentality, Ohio State, their championship was beating Clemson. That's what it was last week. That's what all the talk about. They talked about it. They had a sour taste in their mouth from last year. Their championship game was beating Clemson. And you saw that with Fields putting it all on the line. Now, he could barely walk. The adrenaline kicked in. We all know if you played sports, when you get hurt, you don't really feel it to the next day. He's only had a week to kind of get better. So he's kind of probably had round-the-clock treatment, getting himself ready. He's more likely going to be stiff coming out. And this team is just so undermanned from a talent pool standpoint. Like you said, we have what? Remember, was it Waddle? I forget his name. The receiver for Alabama. Waddle. He was coming in as a Heisman hopeful, right? Coming into the year. So if you want to look at, he was supposed to be the best receiver on that team. Then you have the actual Heisman winner in Smith, right? Then you have Harris, who I think finished 5th. And then you got Mac Jones, all on the same fucking team. Mm-hmm. There's no Chase Young on Ohio State. There's no big dog over there. I think that corner's pretty good, though. But it's not like a Chase Young type, generational type talent on that Ohio State defense. So this line, they put this line here at 7.5, what we call a teaser buster. Right, so a teaser buster, it just looks like it's just an easy call. You put Alabama with a teaser, which is just where you change the lines to, you influence the lines, and you influence the spread to change the odds to make it more easier for you to do a different bet. So you have 2-team teasers, 3-team teasers, 4-team teasers, and so forth. But this looks like a teaser bet. It's at 7.5. This is going to be on a lot of teaser legs. If you think about it, there's going to be a lot of games coming into the weekend that have one game, maybe NFL as one leg, and this is going to close them out. Alabama's going to be closing a lot of teasers, so there's going to be a lot of money in Vegas on Bama. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense because you think you tease it down. Oh, it's a no-brainer. Bama's going to win, right?
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a no brainer. So Vegas is this line really should be higher. It really should. It should be more like 8.5. It should be at least a point higher. But you got a lot of, you got a lot of money movers and syndicates and, big investment groups and sharps and big players that drop a lot of money. So they're going to look at the number and they're going to play the number. They're going to look at the statistics and stuff like that. See, and this is a big difference too, Tom, with us and other people. A lot of people look at these, and I think you would agree here, even with looking at football and how analysts or somebody breaks down. We're so deep into the analytics, right? It's all about the numbers at the end of the day. Nobody has a fucking feel of the game and can't read what's in front of them. They just can't read what's in front of them. So when you look at this game, it's not hard to pick. From us, from my team, we're all road tide. We're all road tide. We're not going to really rethink of it. We're going in. I'm not. I forget. I think you said you're a poker player. Hey, we have aces right now. And if we get runner, or we get river at the end, hey, we got our money in on the right side, in our opinion. It is what it is. It would be a shock if Ohio State wins this game. If you sit here and tell me anybody, especially with Justin Fields hurt right now, if they come in here and say, "Oh, I bet I knew Ohio State was going to win the game," get the fuck out of here. Go back to 2020. Go back to 2020, man. Just shut the fuck up. There's no fucking way. You know what I mean? So. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody who did join. I want to thank everybody who did join us in the chat. Like I said, man, if you like this show, we're going to keep building this show out, man. Make sure you just hit that notification button. We are on every Saturday at 10 a.m. It is Moss. MoneyPot Podcast presents Agreeing to Disagree with Tom Arnone. For me, the MoneyPot Podcast, Moss, homie Tom from A2D Radio, man. We want to appreciate y'all for coming out, man. We'll see you next week. Tom, man, get it together, man. You're down 0-3, man. We need a bronze comeback there.
I'll bring my own judges next week. I'm bringing my own judges.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we got to get the fans involved, man. Once we get the fans involved, we'll see. Because I'm calling the shots all day. You're on my show, so I ain't never going to lose. All right, fellas. Tom, folks, we out.
See you guys.